Deadendhiphop review, Swashbuckler, Viking Wars, Volume 1. This was suggested by Ryan from Man Bites Dog Records. So let's set it off. Kinge.
Kinge. I didn't really, know what to really expect from the album when I first looked at the track list, and you see all the artists involved with the album, with the project. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I gotta say that when I started to play it, man, it's really, to me, like one of those really raw, hardcore hip hop albums, and it's just nothing but a bunch of dudes just on there rhyming and spitting, and over just some hard East Coast raw beats. And so overall, man, I really enjoyed the album, man. I have a couple of standout tracks, like the joint with Torre was dope. By far my favorite track on the album is the Crusaders track. And the funny thing about that, because there's actually a verse in there where they talking about they riding down, 95 in a Hummer. And they really were doing that shit. Homie had hit me up and kind of told me how the story went down. So then you actually hear it, and to know that it's not actually just a verse. They actually were really, we're really doing that shit, man. So yeah, man, I think, for a lot of people that like lyrics, that like those hardcore raw beats, this is definitely for them. This is definitely for them, man. So yeah, I recommend everybody.
What the hell?
But yeah, man, it's a dope album, man. I definitely enjoyed it, man. I played this shit a lot. So
it's like Ken said, man, shit's dope. If you like East Coast hip hop, there's nothing not to like about it. They're spitting hard over hard, East Coast type beats, and there's not much more to say than it's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's a good project. It was well put together. You know what I'm saying? That shit bump in the whip.
Any standout tracks?
I'm bad with names.
Oh, okay.
I'm bad with names.
Anything you didn't like about the album?
Me, I'm a little bit more partial to Southern hip hop, but if I put my East Coast hat on, I'm definitely bumping this. I wouldn't say that it's flawless, but I wouldn't change anything on it. You know what I'm saying? It was very, 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 very solid.
But yeah, man, I didn't know anything about this. And Mike brought this to the crew attention. So when I saw the track list, I was like, oh shit, Torre, Carnage, Capadonna, and Sonny from Onyx was on there. I'm like, what? I thought Sonny was dead, to be honest with you. Not the start. But I did though. When I saw, I was like, damn, this Sonny from Onyx. I said, I haven't heard nothing from him in a minute, man.
Is he dead? I hope this wasn't like a verse that he recorded before he died.
I was like, Sonny? I said, that's Sonny? I couldn't believe it.
Him get shot?
See, that's what I thought. I'm like, I thought he was, I don't know.
See, I'm gonna feel bad if it was Sonny. We over here clowning.
I know. You started that as soon as I said it, though. As soon as I said it. But if you, I did. But if you love MCing, man, this album right here was very, very nice. Very pleased to the ears. Some of the production on it was a little dry. Some of it was dry. I was like, okay, yeah. But for the most part, the MCing was overtaken by the dry production. So I liked it. Torre verse was mean. It was good to hear Carnage. I haven't heard Carnage since Mighty Joseph album that he put together with. What? Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, it was good to hear Carnage again. And Copyright came. He came with it. Helter Skelter. Sean. Oh my God, man! That was my standout track. That was my standout track. If you want to say a standout track, because when I was listening to it, I'm like, okay, I can't wait to get to Helter Skelter track. Can't wait to get to it. And then when I got to it, it did not let me down, man. I was like, yes.
When I talked to dude, I remember one of the first things he said was, he was like, man, you're gonna love this album. He's like, I can tell right now this album is for you. So I was like, all right, man, cool. I wasn't sure if it was industry talk or he sounds like a real ass dude, but you never know. But he was 100% right. Like, this kind of shit is what I like. It's throwback as fuck. They picked a perfect song to start it off with, that early 90s track, because that set the tone. Because this album is like a 90s hip-hop album with just a bunch of dudes just raw as fuck rhyming, man. And I'm with Ken. Crusaders was one of the standout tracks because putting Impulse with Killer Priest was such a perfect combo because you got Killer Priest kind of subdued flow, then you got Impulse that comes out, like he kind of sounds like Action Bronson a little bit, like.
It was a good contrast.
That was a good contrast, but and some of the other tracks I really liked. It was cool seeing Louis Logic and C-Rays on a track together, and like C-Rays had that. The whole track was about TV, and C-Rays had that line about the media track. Yeah, he had that line about as far as the tube, I don't even trust my toothpaste. Like C-Rays is so fucking dope, man. But and Copy had some nice lines.
Copy had a crazy verse.
He had one where he said,
"Oh my God."
What did he say? He said something like, "You nice as me." No, he said, "Oh fuck, I can't remember it." It was something like, "Fuck with Copy, please. Put your teeth in PCP and bite the dust." It was something like, "I'm nice as fuck. Put your teeth in PCP and bite the dust." Man, Copy is fucking nasty, man. And that one about do you like origami and fold you by hand?
Yeah, that's
Copy is Copy is so Copy is so fucking nasty, man. But yeah. Helter Skelter track was dope. Like I think I don't want to completely copy what Kid said, but if you like throwback albums, dudes just rhyming over raw production, then you'll like this, man. You'll like this a lot. And Jason Rose was a nice standout too. I'm not super familiar with him yet.
Yeah.
I know dude mentioned him to me. I'd only heard him on the Copyright album, so I wasn't really familiar with him that much. But he's pretty fucking nice, man. I don't really have anything bad to say about the album. The only track out of the entire thing that I really just didn't like was The Entertainment Is Personal, the track with AWOL1.
Yeah.
And, I gotta keep it real. Yeah, I didn't really care for that track. But that was one out of, 17? Was it 17 tracks?
I skipped that one. I think the first 20 seconds into it, I was like, skip.
I wasn't feeling that track. Really.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that one either. I think the beats though, I kind of disagree a little bit with you, B, about. Did I cut you off? Oh, okay. Because I do think while there may have been one or two tracks that kind of the production did kind of really mesh well, I do think overall the production was dope, and I think it definitely fit the MCs.
90s shit, like early 90s, but it's relevant now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody fit in it. It was just a good project. What's the name of that track y'all say y'all didn't like? Entertainment's
Yeah.
You know what?
I skipped it like 20 seconds into it.
It wasn't the best track on there, but I liked it.
Which one?
The one that y'all said that y'all didn't like.
You like that one?
Yeah, you said Entertainment's Personal. I can't. I'm bad with names and rhymes and shit. Entertainment's Personal.
I think
That's the main thing I can
I
remember.
want to feel his flow, the beat. His flow was just. I was like
Elvis. I don't want to harp. I mean, no diss to AWOL1s. I actually like AWOL1. I'm not sure what was going on with this track.
Yeah, it was just
it just didn't
song,
sound.
right?
It just didn't sound like. I don't know, man. I just wasn't moved by it. And I think also if it was on maybe a different album, it might have been okay. Like it followed the Acrobatic track, where if you love Acrobatic, it's like this is like the first time I've heard him back since he had the health issues, and then he comes back and he puts out a dope ass track on this compilation. To follow that up with that track, just kind of it didn't work. It didn't work out well for AWOL1, man. But everybody else, I feel really brought their fucking A game on this comp. Yeah. I still for some reason, man, I still think Impulse to me stole the fucking show.
You think so?
I don't know what it was, but I think that track was just so perfect. It was
Impulse
like,
was killing that shit.
He did, like, God. It was like the way they were just trading off, sparring verses. It was just dope.
Exactly. Impulse come in with all this energy now.
He just so calm, and
that's what made
it
so good.
And just brought life into the track.
Yeah.
And then the horns, man. That track was just dope as fuck, and the MCs just.
The Helter Skelter
was dope.
I think I was just biased on that one. I just love Helter Skelter so much.
That track was nice. I mean, of course, I'm always a fucking Copyright stan. But so everything that Copy does automatically is good to me. Like Reality Rap was dope as hell. Where he's talking about how what do you say? You talk about you got a knot in the couch, you got a knife in the house. Like he's just talking about real shit. Like why are y'all lying in your raps? Like talk real shit. Copy's fucking nasty, but yeah, I mean, I could talk about this album all day because I mean, this is my kind of shit. But I enjoyed it, man. I think that people, if you like, you know, slightly throwback, it's not all the way throwback, but if you like slightly throwback albums, you know, hardcore beats, dude spitting raw lyrics, yeah, go pick this shit up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard nowadays to really put together a compilation album that's gonna just be dope. All, you know, overall from a production standpoint and a lyrical standpoint, it's just hard to do. You know, but yeah, man, I'm really curious to hear, you know, what a lot of the fans say, and for people that definitely go cop and check the album out, man. Make sure you guys just let us know what you think, man, because you heard what we think. So let us know what you think, because this shit's dope.
I don't bumps of the whip. This shit's dope. Like, yo, look, when an album is like super dope, it's not much more than I could say that then it's dope. It's dope. Go cop it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got.
All I gotta say is just thank us later after you listen to it.